Okay, so we are doing Yog Nidra, yeah? Okay, what is it? Right, so where we were doing the Yog Nidra. So keep lying flat. Observe through your third eye the inner self that is you, the subconscious. 90% of the breath process is done by internally. So we were doing the Saman. Saman is the third type of pran, which metabolism, good health, brightness in your life. The fourth is as you breathe in deeply, follow it to the lungs, right down, up now to the chest area where there is heart. Fourth pran is called Udan. Udan Shakti is to do with the fluidity of the body. So 70% of earth is surrounded by ocean to survive. Same way body has similar amount of fluid in it. So that fluid is gives you conduction, that electrical conduction I was talking about. The different types of fluids in your brain. So when you do asana, different types of flexibility exercise, it moves your cerebrospinal fluid, washes your brain. If you don't do this thing and you are just static and sleeping and sitting in your position, your brain chemicals don't get washed away. So you don't be surprised. A lot of people are now getting dementia, Alzheimer's, and lots of things happen because your brain is not being washed even. So they are fluid which moves with these poses that we do. Normally, it should do at least 12, every 12 hours, it should move up and down to wash it for your brain. Right, goes to the tip of your tailbone. So when we talk about the chakra system, energy system, this is what it is. It actually is directly related to your brain cells. So there is somras, the pleura, pericardium, your heart, your lungs, all have fluids inside and outside. And a baby even grows in a womb, which is surrounded by fluid only, in a water. It's a water, completely surrounded by amniotic fluid. The fluidity of life. So it's called Udan chakra. Udan. Breathe in deeply. So the fifth pran is called Vyan. So bring your attention as you breathe out right to the top of your head now. Started from each of those now. See your body as you're lying down as a piece of, like it's a machine. Yeah, it's got all these nerve systems and blood vessels. You know, road systems, 33,000 kilometers of all these blood vessels, nerve, lymphatic. They're all joined by these bones, 207, 205 bones, ligaments. They're physical form of it. That's how it works. And then there are five more prans called what is called Nag, Kurma, Karikal, the Dhananjay. So they are to do with your peristalsis, your eyelid movement, your hiccup process, other processes inside your body. These are the 10 different pranas that actually subconsciously make things happen in your body. So Yoga Nidra, you tap into this properties that you have inside. Now breathe again, deep breath. Now take your attention to the second component of being alive is food and drinks. Our control is only in what we bring into our mouth. After that, you don't have any control of it. Understand? So it's only 10% again. So you have been given the brain. Animals and plants and other things, they've been playing, trying. And as humans, when we have pets, we are destroying their lifestyle too. But normally, no animal eats anything that is not meant for it to be eaten. For a plant in a soil will only take that nutrient which will make a red rose or a mango. It will won't produce anything if it doesn't get that mineral. It will lie like that. So humans with the freedom is very highly responsible behavior you need to have in yourself, which is what are you putting in your mouth. So you need to have knowledge of your body system. What does this intestines in us require us to live? Because otherwise you'll be just blindly following the blind, which is the corporate world trying to make a profit by using woolies and cows. Why don't we have butchery shops right in the middle of a city or a town or next to a house? Because at that level, your mind can't actually fathom to see how cruel humans can be to strip off our animal and do all these things just for food. But then you can hide it in a nice packaged way in a Woolworths or in a coal shop, in a shop, then you will not feel it. Whom are we lying to? What we do to ourselves is actually quite sad as human beings. It doesn't take away from the fact that we kill more than 80 billion animals a day. And do we expect you'll all ever be happy? Cruelty has no place. You are a human being. So think about what we do, what we promote indirectly as well. Because your food, what you put in your mouth, it depends on what type of intestinal system we have. We have very long intestinal system, 8 meters of large bowel, 2 meters of small bowel. There are 38 trillion bacteria living in it. They require fruit, vegetable, pulses, legumes, vegetable-based food. That is the best food for these organisms that are in the tummy. How you chew your food, what type of colored fruit and things controls your blood pressure, your heart rate, your brain function starts in your mouth, not in your tummy, in your mouth. So be mindful of how you eat, what you eat. Eat wholesome food. Fruits should be eaten separately from food. So have fruit in the season, different color, whatever is available in the season, and chew them. Don't make syrups and smoothies out of it. You meant to actually chew. If you're eating vegetables, other salads and things, they should be eaten mainly in the daytime, not in the night. And not with fruits again. If you eat vegetables in terms of like baigan, vendi, or whatever, other cabbage and things, they should always be cooked. You should not eat dry or fresh like that. Needs to be cooked a little bit. That's how the best absorption of those foods happen. And then make sure, because the metabolism happens mainly in the day as the sun is out, eating must be done within the daytime. And then you need to learn how to fast. That's why Ekadasi, twice a month we were taught when we were young to fast, because it needs a rest. The body itself requires the intestinal system. So twice a month, give a break to your system, then it functions much better. So simple rules of these things, what you should put, because your intestines contribute 70% towards your immune system. If you are damaging, which is soda, acid-based food, meat-based food, heated food, every time you microwave and heat plastic stuff, wrapped food, you are destroying the bacteria in your tummy, because those bacteria maintain good health. And they are directly associated with your loss of mental capability, like dementia, heart disease, lung disease, kidney disease, different types of skin diseases. And if your immune system is very hyperactive, then you get all types of disease like thyroiditis, many different forms of inflammatory disease, because your intestines have been damaged. When it becomes too low, the bacterial population, then you get cancers and other types of diseases are associated with it. So it's not random. It's all, nowadays it's all very scientific as well. There's evidence to prove all these things that I'm sharing. So this is how you should think, or not some ideology, not belief systems, or no. It is what you are putting in is your responsibility. So bring your attention now to the sides of your tummy. So your third eye, internally, the more deep you go inside yourself, the more you become controller of yourself. You are beyond the programmed self that you've been made from your childhood by watching TV and prevailing culture. You believe in something blindly without realizing that it's actually quite detrimental to your body. So kidneys, ureter, bladder, the excretory system, the flushing of your body. Water, I keep saying, is the best drink. You don't need to color it. You don't need to add all sorts of things in it. If you're sick, it's a different matter. Then you have to have different types of medicine added to the fluid. But if you're well, water, 2.5 liters of water a day will keep flush your body system well. You don't need Coke. You don't need all these sodas. You don't need. It's actually very damaging to your body. Try and avoid all these things. All this gimmick about sugar-free things. They've got chemicals added to it. You really don't need it. If you need sugar, have proper form of sugar from different fruits and things. Honey, maple syrup. These are original forms of sugar. It's already there. You don't need to actually have all these chemical, treated things. Breathe again, deep breath. Deep breath. Now bring your attention to the tips of your fingers. Okay, lots of nerves sits there. As we said, grounding thing that when we're talking about. Your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, keep going up to the back of your neck. Observe the vertebral column. The 33 crore, we say, Devi Devata. There are 33 vertebral columns in your back, representation of the different planes of existence with the energies that are there are directly in relation to your body itself. So go down right to the bum, back of your thighs, to the ankle, sole of your feet come in the front, your calf, your knee, observe them. It's your body. The more you are in tune with your body, the better it functions. That's what Yoga Nidra does. It helps you tap into your subconscious. So that your supraconscious, which is the controller of you truly, you can train it now. It's never late actually. You can retrain it into goodness of living life rather than following blindly something somebody else has taught you without you realizing you have absorbed everything. You have to reprogram. Many of the things we need to reprogram. So at the level of your pelvic bone, stand there, the spine. Along it on the left side is called Ida, right side is called Pingala, middle is called Sushumna. These are the channels of your body which is directly connected to the deepest level of your physiology, your magnetism, all the components that function. So it comes up, so moon, positioning, hormone secretion, sun, as I described, it keeps moving, earth moves, sun even moves. The 250 billion it takes for our Milky Way to move within the, around what's called the Sagittarius black hole in the Milky Way. The 5 billion is still left to live. Eventually it will converge and merge with what's called another system called Andromeda. And then the planetary systems, they never end. But this also has a life. They keep moving and growing and expanding. So right up to the top of your head, these nerves meet with pituitary gland, master endocrine gland, secretes all these hormones. That's how you can live. So vasopressin, antidiuretic hormone, they dilate your blood vessels. That's how you can have lots of oxygen to your brain. Reproductive function happens because of that. You can accumulate wealth and good health by making sure your hormonal system is working well. Growth hormone, thyroid hormone, adrenal hormone, all these hormones. So your pineal gland, your connection called rhomboid crystals, and it connects you to another planes of existence if you can connect. So you know where the tikka is put on the front of your forehead, directly at the position level. Keeps you focused, keeps you growing. Your thyroid, your parathyroid, your adrenal glands, you need to make sure you're not only always in the fight, flight response. Have what's called vasovagal tone stimulation. So you have rest, repair, regeneration, and creativity. Don't be competitive. Don't be comparing. Don't be jealous. Be more at rest. Be humble. Be soft. Be creative. And you will grow. Your body is because tuned for that, not the other way around. That's the ego part of you. Is going to destroy your body. So your face, your eyes, your heart rate, your blood pressure, all are controlled by these systems which are directly related to your stomach as well. So what we eat. Jaisa वैसा मन. If jaisa man, वैसा connection है body का. So peristalsis, spleen, kidneys, gallbladder, liver, all these things are controlled. It's all science. That's how it regulates your body. So no airy-fairy thing. It's your body, you take responsibility of it. Now you bring your attention to the two eyes that you have with, third eye, what you're observing, what are you listening to, what you are saying. Are you in control of your mouth even? What you are tasting? Are you slaves to your taste buds and things? Your hands, your feet, your reproductive organ, your excretory organ, these are the antennas to the body. They all, if it's under control of your ego or something, what's called devil in some other religions and things, you'll never be in control of yourself. You are a slave, actually. So being yourself truly what you are requires a bit of effort and concentration and reprogramming of your mind. Now bring your attention to the tailbone. At the lowest level, the reserve of energy is there. So you can either go down and become a criminal and a really low level person, or you can reach top of your head, Sahasrara Chakra, and you have direct connection to the universe, and you fulfill the purpose of our human life, dharma, kam, and moksha prapti. And on the journey, you do all these things. The life is given by the Creator to enjoy, to in the limits of things, to protect the environment, to be helpful to others, to enjoy this life at a physical level, at a mental level. Then eventually your soul connection is beyond. That's why the Earth is the planet. It's a beautiful planet with so many things. The expression of everything in the universe in a physical form is there for all of us to actually enjoy and live by. But with responsibility, like other species do it. Plants, animals, fish, amphibians, so and they do it. But you have the potential. So be a person like Elon Musk. Be a human, but aspire to grow. Go to other planets, find solutions to different ways of learning the universe, what Elon Musk is doing. He should, he's the richest man of the world. Why is working so hard? He can just sit down and play games and eat and, do whatever. He's got so much money, but he never sits down. He's walking because you are a human. If you know the purpose of your life, then you will never sit down, but you will try and cross the barrier beyond the horizon and try and actually find the reason why you're a human. So deeply breathe in. Now see yourself moving out of this body with this energy form, that subtle form of you, like at the ceiling level, what's your body? It's what we talked about. Now keep moving up. If you go at the level of International Space Station, you can watch the Earth spinning 22,000 kilometers an hour. Takes 365 days to go around the sun. Jupiter takes 12 years. That's why we have Mahakumbh Mela every 12 years. There are 9 planetary systems which the sun holds together and moves within the Milky Way. Takes 250 million years to make one galactic or cosmic year. Positioning of moon. So we talked about Ekadasi. So why we need to fast, beginning of the month, 11 days later. Positioning of moon helps in your digestive function and other hormones. The relationship of moon to sun to earth. The distance in each of it, the time it travels, the light of it. Understand. So you can actually appreciate how finely balanced everything is around us for us to live, the earth to survive. Milky Way or Akash Ganga, within that 100 trillions of galaxies, how our universe fits in there with respect to hundreds of other galaxies there. For Makar Santi, we celebrate March, April, that time of the year, how the zodiac moves, the earth moves, and how your mind can impact on what you want to in life changes. The event horizon, the cosmic horizon. So learning how to live more than the third dimension that we live in to fourth dimension, which is beyond this. Like I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. When we breathe in, when we do breathing exercises and meditation, that's what we are doing. We are moving at another plane of existence, where time and space is not limitation or mass, energy, wave, particles, gravity, what's called pulsar light, or you are beyond that. Eventually, at that cosmic horizon, it's like 50 million light years away, where there is only nothingness. Rig Ved describes this thing in Rig Ved. There is nothing. And from nothing, everything arises. Abundance of health, wealth, wisdom, anything that you wish and want. And this scientifically proven, like light matter is only 17%, dark matter about 25%, and the rest is dark energy. It's only energy, it's nothing. So being in solitude, being in yourself, learning to be in silence, and eventually absorbing in nothingness is the power where everything you receive. It's called quantum mechanics, quantum energy, quantum entanglement. These are descriptive terms where you tap into eventually yourself as an energy form on earth, living this physical and expressing and enjoying the beauty of it is energy form of you in a parallel universe. And then when you pray, that's where you tap into. But if you don't know how to receive it, then it's only half of the part done by praying. You need to be able to receive what is coming to you as well. For that, you need to be open enough. You need to be humble enough. So you need to have express gratitude. Then you'll receive it. Otherwise, you'll be like everyone else who prays and doesn't get anything in life because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to receive it. Because the reception part is the energy-based form. It's not logic, it's not subjective, it's not actually 1+1. It's a different way that you receive. So breathe in deeply, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So Yoga Nidra is the training part of yoga which will help you eventually learn entire physiology of your body, and eventually then you can move beyond this to understand the subtle part of your body, and then the soul or the spirit or the atmic component. Yeah. Okay, so I think I lost myself somewhere here. Something happened. Never mind. As long as I'm still there. Okay, so we'll do now breathing exercises. So sleep normally takes about 7 to 8 hours, but you have to sleep on right time, like 9 to 10 o'clock, and wake up around 4, 5 o'clock. That's the proper time of sleeping. Then most of these yoga nidra things that I was sharing will happen in a sleep. That's why sleep is there. But if you don't do that properly, then it's difficult to actually be able to get what's called the healing. But if you know yoga nidra and do it, when you have some time, you are actively healing your body. Okay, right. So breathing exercises. So first one is Bhastika. So breathe in through your nostrils, breathe out through your nostrils. As you breathe in, push your tummy out. When you're breathing out, push your tummy in. So after time, you keep practicing, you get the muscles develop nicely, then you don't feel the pain. In the beginning, you'll feel a lot of pain because you never use these muscles. Okay, so breathe again. Use hands to help you with the same thing, same synchronize it. See, heart rate goes so high, you start sweating, you feel heat very quickly. Breathing exercises actually give you even more quick exercise to your body. More than the physical. We took 30, 40 minutes to do those asanas. And in the end, maybe you started sweating, but with breath exercises, within seconds, it starts happening. Because the involvement, if you do it properly, involves so many of internal muscles. Yeah. Now we'll do Agnisar. So breathe deeply, breathe out, and then hold the breath. When you are holding it, then push your belly button out and in. Don't breathe, just hold it. So it is a teaching to hold your breath for whatever time you can. But with training, it will increase. So breathe in deep, Agnisar. Breathe out, hold it. That's a silence, okay, that we're trying to reach. With that silence, you'll grow internally. Your intuition will increase. You'll know who you are because everything that you are is inside, not outside. So the Agnisar and other breathing exercises helps you bring you into that, at least for a moment, to know what it is, that space that I was describing when you're doing Yoga Nidra. It's a cosmic horizon, abundance of everything that is there to be physically enjoy, mentally be at peace with, and then eventually fulfills the purpose of being a human. So more Agnisar out. Good exercise gives a lot of training of your muscles inside, outside, and helps you learn how to hold your breath. One more time, breathe in deep, breathe out, hold it. Agnisar. Now, Ujjayi Pranayam is we are breathing through your throat, feeling the energy, the vibrations as the breath goes up along your chest. As you breathe out, again, keep doing the same thing. So there's a vibe, there's a noise that you hear. Okay, so there are two aspects of it. First is just breathing in through your nostril, breathing out. Then after that, you put your chin on the chest and breathe in deeply, even increases more pressure on your. Yes, I said the energy-based system is here. Your immune system, your thymic gland, bone marrow, maja, asti, all the things sits here. So your immune system improves, your reaction time, your connection to your brain. If you're lazy, you tap around here, you'll get more energy. If you can't wake up in the morning, you try and do it in the bed and you'll have energy. You won't lie in the bed after the sun is out. You'll just jump out. It's how sad it is. Like people have no understanding of what they are doing to their body. And they're the same people who blame everyone in the world for their misfortunes and things that don't go their way. It's a sad state of how ego takes over people and makes them suffer so badly, and still they won't be able to see what they're doing to themselves. Duality of life is such. That's why you are given a human life. Then you have to use intellect. Otherwise, you'll be an animal or a plant or something where you don't have to use your intellect then to see the dualities. You are programmed into doing just what it is. But if you want to be a human, it's a huge responsibility. And 95% of people are sadly in a very sad situation. They don't realize the school system, this system is good for 20, 30 years. Will give you a degree and some job and you get some money, but the corporate world will now bind you into 50 of mortgage anyway. So your 50 years of life will be gone. And you're still not free actually by end of it. You have lost your life. You don't know any other way of living a life. You are part of a group who is, all of them don't know what, where is happiness and how to they live their life. And they all do the same thing repeatedly, which was programmed in early days up to the uni life, and they are trying to do the same thing where they're 50, 60 years old. Surprise, surprise, you are destroying yourself and you are really miserable by 50, 60 years of your life. everything is breaking because you haven't really put in any effort to reprogram yourself, because you have to reprogram that this thing. Modern life gives you a basic house, shelter, and home. Um, and if you don't take responsibility thereafter, there is a lot of suffering. Having wealth and houses and multiple cars and sitting like this, if that was what gave you good health and happiness, whole world will be happy. But we have enough evidence now. We know, no, it's actually on the contrary worse than when people lived at a village level. They were much, much more happier. They had long life too, actually, because of eating fresh foods and having a relaxed life, working hard, using your body. That's the irony of this whole flesh or fake world. So it takes responsibility. Okay, so let's do Ujjayi Pranayam. So your immune system, your energy base, you get the strength and determination to recalibrate yourself. Don't just keep flowing in what was it's your ego saying don't change. It will keep molding to yourself at a level, wherever you go. Even when you are doing this thing like this, it is still there. It's with me. I can start boasting and saying, oh, I'm doing all these things, and why is nobody wanting to learn? No, it's not. It's ego actually trying to control me if I fall into that, which 15 years ago when we were doing it yoga at Shane Park, I used to feel why people don't come, why people can't see their health getting better or something. That's your ego is still wanting to make you judge someone else. And if you keep going it will keep pulling you and making you feel you judge someone and everyone. It's not unless and until you move beyond that and become in your own self what is right to do and share without any reason. Oh, you just give choice to people because that's what being a human means. You have the freedom. So who else is? Nobody has the right to control anyone. So so I have to tell myself as well, which I've learned over the last 15 years now. No, no, you can't because it's your ego in you. And that's why a lot of successful people actually then fall over as well, because it keeps molding itself at a level to come with you and then it will make you fall. Very highly qualified, rich people say, what's her name? His Microsoft owner and them, a lot of money, billionaires, but ego and things, family breaks down. Then you find ways of uh, being seen as doing a lot of charitable work. So you fund developing country in a manner just to show people that you're doing something, but you are trying to avoid tax paying. So that is the component of people there, which eventually is seen by people anyway. But the thing is, you have to be aware it is with a person all their life. It's a struggle to keep beyond it. And at a very simple level, you can see how people are just judgmental and blaming everyone else for their own little problem or whatever they have. They never take responsibility. It's that component. So being in this silence that comes with meditation, with your practice, with breathing exercises, actually gives this not only knowledge but awareness, and gives you techniques and tactics of whatever I'm sharing is basically that I've learned over the time of trying to be disciplined and keep practicing. So breathe in, Ujjayi Pranayam. Put your chin on your chest. Lift your neck up. Close your right nostril. Breathe out to the left. You feel the vibrations, yeah? So whenever you feel lazy, try and tap here. If you can't wake up in the morning, just tap. They're called neurovascular bundles. They sit here and helps you get energized. Okay, so we give you directions in doing things slowly, slowly. Don't rush. It will take time. Now, Ujay, after that, so you can do what's called breathing in through your tongue, like that. If you can bend your tongue, it's good. If you can't, just breathe in. Put your tongue on top of the palate of the mouth floor and breathe out. Now breathe in through your teeth. Do the same as you breathe out. Now we'll do Abhayantar breath, deep breath in, full, then deep breath out, full out, Vayu breath. When you hold the breath, it's called Vaikumbha. So hold it. With that, close all your orifices, Mulban, Jalandanban, and Udanban, like that. And then you hold the breath as long as you can. You go in that space, yeah? So even in atoms, there's neutrons, electrons, protons, there's nucleus, but the space is where the energy lies. So with this breath practice, you'll go in this space. The space is where the energy is, yeah? Okay, so that's why breathing exercises are very helpful. It gives you that context of in the universe itself where there is nothingness, you feel it through the breath. That's why breath is a very powerful way of actually making that connection. So breathe in, Abhayantar, by hold it, Mulban, Jalandanban, Udanban, as long as you can. When you can't, then breathe in. So it's like showering your inner self, the subtle body. Like we shower our external stool, sharir, suksham sharir. How do you cleanse? So this is the path. This is the method. So grow from low, right the way they are described the brains washed by this fluid, goes right to the 12 hours a day, twice it does normally. So yoga and asanas and things will make sure it's happening. Go up all the way. So mental breathing, vai breathing, vai kumbha, mool ban, jalandan ban, udan ban. Yeah, so there's all this, there's energy all around you. When you are deeply synchronizing your breath to your brain, your heart to your brain, you'll feel the vibrations around you. So it's about 3 meters, is what's called personal space. That's why we don't allow even people to come closer than to us, 1.5 meters from each side of the heart, because there are energy there. And we have now gadgets. We can measure this thing now. We can measure brain waves. EEG is called. MEG is called when you can measure your thoughts outside your head. It's there. So by doing these breathing exercises, pran kriyas, you actually are making yourself feel these energies. Otherwise, if you leave it randomly, it doesn't happen because you have 80, 90,000 thoughts a day. It's keeping you busy. That's what the ego job is, or the Satan job is. It keeps you away from the goodness of what you have in you. It'll keep you occupied all the time. So now with this silence, then you'll feel it. And over practice time, it might not happen. It will happen, definitely will happen if you keep practicing. But it requires You know, like everything in life, even you want to drink water, you have to go and get some water from the tap or from the well or somewhere. It doesn't come to you. There's also this